So as always, I like to go and look and respond to our comments. And, when someone brings up a movie in the comments and they're like, have you seen this? Have you seen that? I'm like, I look into it for the most part.
Yeah.
And somebody recommended Pater Nostrum and the Mission of Light. And then I kind of like put it in the watch list.
Yeah.
And then Emma from Spooky Astronauts had released a favorite 10 of the year so far. And this was her honorable mention before she did the list. And I was like, okay. And I saw it was 99 cents to rent. And I was like, all right, that's it. Let's watch it. So we watched it. So this is about a young lady who works at a record store. She is a vinyl collector, and kind of the coveted end-all be-all piece of her collection she's always wanted is a Pater Nostrum record, of which there are 5, one of which is said to be cursed.
Yes.
And if anyone is to listen to it, they'll lose their minds or die.
Yeah.
Some guy brings in one of the records, and then she coaxes him into telling her where he got it.
Yep.
So she goes to this place, tracks him down, and she finds a bunch of their records. And then, she ends up going and meeting them.
Yeah.
With her friends. I guess that's all I'll say on the matter.
Yeah.
This is this premise is something that's done quite often at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like the lost film, the record that everyone, if you listen to the record, you'll die.
Right. Yeah.
Or whatever. We did this in... obviously with the film stuff, there's quite
tons,
a few of them at this point. And then the record one, why am I blanking on what this movie's called right now? Deathgasm.
Oh, right. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyway, this movie, what'd you think? I'll let you go first.
So, okay, my favorite part about this movie is the style. I think it has a really cool style, and it's, from what I understand, kind of all directed, filmed, edited, everything by one guy.
Okay.
One person.
Okay.
I don't know if it's a guy, actually.
I think it was,
which is impressive. I think that's super cool. And I think there's clearly a ton of passion in it. Like I said, the style is really cool. It has this 70s sort of hallucinogenic, trippy vibe to it, which goes really well, obviously, with the records. And I quite liked that. And I think there's some good stuff. I think the story is overall, even though, as we just said, it's fairly tropey, but I still liked some of the story for sure. The acting and everything is pretty amateur, which is probably the weakest point, honestly, for me in the film. But it, it's okay. Amateur acting is fine, but that would just be maybe a note that I had. But yeah, what about you? What did you think?
Yeah, I'm pretty much in the same place. The film has a good amount of style, but the acting and execution on a lot of it, it's ultra low budget. Yeah. It's very amateur, and I think that anybody who is looking for a much more polished, much more cinematic kind of quality to the film, you're going to be very disappointed. So if you're a fan of indie films, we just watched a movie called Sugar Rot. That isn't out yet, from Fantasia Fest. Very similar kind of vibe to it. It's very musically inspired, music heavy, and the acting is about the same quality level. The budget seems about the same amount. So if you've watched any kind of ultra low budget, heavy, musically focused, lots of style. But yeah, I really, really do try my best to just accept a movie for what it is. Accept a movie for its limitations to a degree, right?
Sure.
I mean, even I would almost say that this is a bit better acting than The Mutilator 2. but not by much.
This is a much better film, though, overall.
It is a better
we
film.
We watched The Mutilator 2 first, and that is just, like...
That was our double feature.
Laughable. Yeah. But this is a much better film because there is so much, like, in terms of cinema. The style and everything is really what elevates it for me. But, yeah, I think the acting is, like I said, it's the weakest point in the film, and for most people, that's where you're going to like lose your audience.
It's very
because there is a niche audience that likes amateur, low budget acting and like doesn't mind it, maybe even prefers it,
sure.
to a degree, which is totally fair. But for large audiences, for mainstream audiences, that's where it's gonna get like the most criticism is on that front because. Yeah, I think, like, the music aspect is cool.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the visuals that are done. Again, like, the style and stuff. Like, all that was really rad. And, like, the place that they go to, like, the sets and stuff, like, all that worked for me. At least, yeah. So.
It feels probably like trauma-level quality. So, if you're someone who's, like, a fan of trauma films and you're okay with that style and that level of, like, acting and whatnot, then I think... give it a shot.
Yeah.
If you're into musical centric focused films and but also we get, I don't know, these types of films are made so often. Like I'm just sitting in my head thinking about like Lords of Salem and like there's so many of these like record movies where people play records backwards, or there's this record that no one's saying, Trick or Treat, or this is so many like evil record movies. It's just funny how many there are.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one's good. I mean, would I put this right now as a honorable mention next to my top 10? Not even fucking close.
No, yeah,
so
it wouldn't land there for me either.
This is probably like, I don't know, like a 3 on Letterboxd. It's like it's good. It's watchable. I dug it. I think that there's a lot of heart to
Definitely.
the director.
Yes,
for sure. And I'm sure everyone did their best.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like a campy, like 70s horror movie in a lot of ways.
Sort of, but
like at least the acting and
old
stuff.
70s camp. Just acting feels so different now.
It is different now, but I just think I feel like the inspiration is there, right? And yeah, definitely big kudos to the creator, and to everyone that worked on it. I think it's impressive, of course, whenever we get low budget films, and when they do have, because we watch so many low budget films that have no style, no vision, like they're just awful. Right. And this is the opposite of that. This is like using your budget and your limitations as much as possible, and like there's clear talent there is what I felt watching this.
There's passion.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Right. There's ambition and there's passion.
Yeah.
And maybe with a budget, maybe with better actors, you'd have a better result. But this is hampered by its incredibly low budget and poor actors. And if there's actors who worked on this watching it, I don't know. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like that happens a lot when
it's
we.
It's not meant to be rude or mean or anything.
It's not, but I can't imagine anyone who worked on this would disagree. I think everyone would be like, yeah, I mean, it's supposed... Okay. I think what they would say is, like, we were doing that on purpose.
Sure, and I think there are moments, like, I will say, there are moments where the acting is better than others. Like, it's not... For me, it wasn't across the board, like, all kind of, bad. Like, I think there are definitely scenes where I was like, okay, like, I'm vibing with this, and I like, the flow of things, but there are other times that I was just taken out of it because of that, but, there's one actor in this that I actually thought did a pretty great job in one of this. There's a scene with the guy, and his eyes are crazy. There's like something happening to him, and he's like freaking out. And his eyes are like so big and crazy, and I actually liked that quite a bit. I thought that looked really good and very scary looking. And yeah, so. Yeah. Well, I guess I'll mention that.
Yeah, there's some good-looking ladies in it.
Yeah.
And the last thing is the only person I recognize from this at all is they have the saxophone player from The Lost Boys as a radio disc jockey, which I was looking at him for like a few seconds before I realized who it was. I was like, wait a minute. why do I know this guy? And then it hit me like, oh my God, that's the saxophone player. I don't think I've ever seen him in another thing. I just know that he's like very popular on the horror movie con circuit. And people they love to post videos and pictures of that guy. Seen so many memes with his character from The Lost Boys in it. He doesn't even have a line in that. He's literally just oiled up, shirtless, playing the saxophone. Yeah. And everybody remembers him. And I would assume he's not even an actor. So he's probably just, taking whatever gig he can get for a couple extra bucks, and more power to him.
Yeah, for sure.
Honestly, I would actually say he might be the best actor in this movie. Yeah. Which is kind of funny.
I thought his stuff was fine, actually. Yeah.
So that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right, guys. I'm tired of harping on the thing. It's just that I really feel like had this movie been able to execute that aspect better, I'd be much higher on this.
I do too.
But the acting really brought it down for me.
That's why I mentioned it, because I think everything else is pretty fine. Like, the story was fine for me. Like, it works. And
there's some good gore.
There's some good gore. There's some definitely good gore.
Definitely mention that.
The horror works, in my opinion, and it's just we said it. We already said it. So that's it. That's where we're at with this.
Yeah.
So
okay. Yeah. That's that, guys. We'll see you in the comments.
Yeah.
Adios.
Bye.